Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
And who do we have here?
I'm Madison Sumpler.
Madison Sumpler. And you're here at the Fit Factory, and I've heard that you're going to compete in your first show.
I am. So we're about 4.5 days out. It's going to be the Charlotte Cup, April 7th up in Charlotte.
Okay. How do you feel?
Definitely nervous. So tried to compete last year with the military. Just it didn't work out. I had a field problem that I couldn't get out of. So this is attempt number 2, and I got to week 12 last time. So just trying to mentally get through that barrier and actually do it.
And finish it off.
And finish it, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about your life outside of competing. You are in the military?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, do you have a athletic background? How'd you get into bodybuilding at all?
So my husband deployed about a year ago, and so I just decided we've always been a fit couple. So we've done marathons, triathlon, just basic athlete in the military. But I wanted to see what I could get the biggest bang for my buck. So if I'm putting all this time and effort, I wanted to be able to see the time and effort pay off, and so this happened to be it.
And actually step on stage. And what division will you be competing in?
It's going to be figure, so it'll be in true novice and then open figure.
Okay, figure. And the show you're doing is the Charlotte Cup.
The Charlotte Cup. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're 4 to 5 days out. How are you feeling right now?
Food, hungry, very hungry.
Right.
But just constantly, it's more like a habit. It's more like a routine, and just kind of mindlessly, you get up, you do your cardio, jump rope, abs, and then it's time for your meals, and your body's kind of on a natural clock, so you don't really have to think about much. It's just kind of going through the motions. But yeah, definitely trying to just keep focused and hydrated.
Awesome. That's awesome. So if someone is watching this and they've thought about doing a show but they haven't done a show yet, what would you tell them going into your first show? What advice would you have?
You only live once. You don't know how long that's going to be for. I'd say bucket list, where my husband and I are constantly doing things that we've always wanted to do, so that we can tell our kids and our grandkids. So when they're afraid to go do something that's a little more simple, we can be like, hey, look, I did this. You're gonna do it. It's doable. Just have fun, and if it's your dream, you have to go for it.
Awesome.
Everybody wants to know how little I care, how little I care, how little I care. Everybody wants to know how little I care, how little I care, how little I care. Got you on here, and I got you on there. Everybody wants to know how little I care, how little I care, how little I care, little I care, little I care.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Who do we have here?
I'm Joshua Sumpler. I'm the husband of Madison Sumpler.
Awesome. And you are doing your first show.
I am. I'm doing the Charlotte Cup this weekend,
Okay.
April 6th.
All right. And what division are you competing in?
I will be in the True Novice Classic Physique and in the Open Classic Physique.
I got you. What made you compete? What made you get in this sport altogether? What happened?
So part of it was coming back home from my deployment. Maddie was already involved in part of this, so I came back once got to kind of see what the whole thing was about. Did the beginning workout. I think it literally broke my legs for about the first week. But after getting through that, I like working out. I like challenges.
Right.
So a lot of this was about pushing my mental boundaries a little bit further than what I thought was possible.
And this far into your prep, how do you feel you've been pushed?
I definitely much further than anything I've seen my body be able to do. Especially when you start talking prep and then they start cutting down your food a little bit, you think that it's gonna adversely impact your ability to actually do it. And it does to an extent, but a lot of it's just mentality. And JJ and Ali usually say, get your mind right. It sucks in the middle of a set, but afterwards you can look back at it and go, okay, I'm hurting, but I did it.
Exactly. That's awesome. So we're, 5-6 days out?
Yep, definitely.
Awesome,
5
awesome.
days out.
And this is gonna be doing the Charlotte Cup.
Yes.
Okay. How are you feeling currently? Do you have any hesitations? Are you nervous? Are you excited? Where's your mind at right now?
There's definitely a mix between nervous and excitement. Never being on stage before, posing, obviously down to just about your boxers, and that's about it.
Right.
No problem being down my boxers in front of people.
Right.
But it's combining posing routine plus just the culmination of months or a year or so of work that you put into it just to see that. I'm excited to see what that looks like.
Awesome.